These insurance adjusters are telling me that they don't have to pay to put the same products back on the roof that we're taking off of it. I thought the point of insurance was to make the insured whole after a major loss. I thought that the point of insurance was to replace the items with like, kind, and quality. I know. I'm a dreamer. I live on Fantasy Island. Deplane! Deplane! Hi everybody, this is Tracy Bookman, owner of Homestead Roofing, and on today's Walk in the Park video, we're going to keep talking about real-world examples of how insurance companies, right now, that we're dealing with, are using to avoid paying legitimate costs that are part of re-roof projects. But first, you're probably wondering about this, so I made a quick little 2-minute video to explain it. We'll link to that right up here. Feel free to watch that, find out what happened here, and then come back and watch this video. So when I say that an adjuster doesn't want to pay for the same materials to go back on the roof that are on the roof currently, what do I mean by that? Well, there are a few different types of shingles that go on a roof. One is known as the field. That's the shingle that you can see. That's the part that covers the main area of your roof. Then there's the ridge shingles. Those are the shingles that go across the peaks of your roof. Then there's the starter shingles, and you can't see those. The starter shingles go at your eaves, that's everywhere your gutters are, but starter shingles can also go on the gable ends. So those are the edges of your roof where there are no gutters. So if you have a roof that has dimensional shingles, also known as architectural shingles, as opposed to 3-tab shingles, then the starter shingles and the ridge shingles are a completely different product than the field shingles. If you have a 3-tab shingle roof, then 3-tab shingles can be used as starter and as ridge, not on a dimensional shingle roof. So here's the problem. Adjusters almost exclusively have no background in roofing houses. They've been taught that you can use waste shingles as ridge and starter. Again, if you have a 3-tab shingle roof, yeah, you can do that. If you have a dimensional shingle roof, you can't do that. Why is that? Let me show you. So here's a photo of what a ridge shingle looks like on a dimensional shingle roof. Notice that it's nice and smooth, uniform, and importantly, it's 1 layer thick. And it doesn't have the different physical dimensional textures that the field shingle does. This all means that it lays correctly up on the ridge. It bends like it's supposed to. By contrast, a field shingle has 2 layers. It's much thicker than a ridge shingle. It doesn't bend. It doesn't want to bend. It's not designed to bend. It's designed to lay flat. So again, here's that photo of a properly installed, correct ridge product on a dimensional shingle roof. Here's a photo of a house that we encountered where the roofer did use field shingles. And again, they're just asking for problems on this by bending those shingles to conform to the shape of the ridge. And I'm going to say it because it needs to be said. That just looks stupid. And it also communicates the fact that the roofer doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, so now let's talk about the starter. Starter is what needs to be put down according to manufacturer's installation specs at the eaves of the roof. It can also be put at the gable end, but it needs to go at a minimum. It needs to go at the eave of the roof. Now this is a really thin layer of asphalt shingle, typically about between 36 and 38 inches long and about 8 inches wide. The important thing about it is it has a seal strip on it, and that enables the first course of regular field shingles that you install to have something to seal to so that they don't flap in the wind and eventually start blowing off. Starter is actually a very important component to put on a roof. Well, these adjusters want us to use field shingles as starter. You can't use field shingles as starter. Not only that, by code, at least here where I am, you can't install 2 layers of field shingles. You can only install one. So all other layers of shingles have to be torn off. So if we tried to install field shingle as starter, it probably wouldn't even pass inspection. But now, why do adjusters want us to use field shingles? And what field shingles do they want us to use? I believe that there are two primary reasons. One reason is because, like I said, adjusters have no background in roofing. They don't know how to install a roof. They don't know what a roof system is comprised of. But the other main reason is money. Follow the money. The insurance companies are going to save a huge amount of money if they can get a roofer to agree to accept the cost that they're proposing, even though the roofer is not going to use field shingles as ridge and starter on a dimensional shingle roof. He's not going to do that. But if they can get him to agree to the price that they've given, they've just saved themselves a bunch of money. So now remember, I just said that they want us to use field shingles, but there is a certain field shingle that they want us to use. What is it? Guess what? They want us to use waste shingles as your ridge and starter. So what that means is, as the roofers are up on the roof and they're installing, then when they come to angle parts and they have to cut a shingle, or at each successive course of shingles that go up the roof, you have to cut a certain amount off to start that next course so that the shingles don't stack, meaning that each end doesn't line up with each end as it goes up the roof. They have to offset. Well, the adjusters are telling us that we're supposed to use waste shingles as ridge and starter. Now again, in the 3-tab days, you could do that. You could take a 3-tab shingle and you could cut it lengthwise in half, and the actual tab part could be the ridge, and the other part, that strip that's left over, could be the starter. But you can't do that with dimensional shingles, even though the adjuster tells you that they can. And here's the experience that we just had, because we're dealing with this with 2 different adjusters right now. But we explained to the adjuster with photos, and we even sent in the manufacturer's installation specs that show that you can't use ridge and starter, or you can't use waste shingles, or even just full field shingles as ridge and starter. We copied the homeowner on it. He replied in an email copying the homeowner and said that I'm lying. Said that he works with hundreds of roofers on thousands of roofs and they all do this. No, they don't. But the ridge product, that's a completely different animal. Ridge is actually more expensive than the standard field shingles. It's actually more than double the cost of field shingles. So if they're telling us that they want us to use waste shingles as the ridge, then they're saving themselves, again, a huge amount of money, because like I say, the ridge product, if you calculate the actual cost per 100 square feet, which is how field shingles are measured in, it's more than double the cost of the field shingles. So homeowners, do you want your roofer to install your brand new roof according to the manufacturer's installation specs? I would assume you do. Do you want your roofer to be able to offer a workmanship warranty and also a manufacturer's product warranty? I would assume you do. Do you want your roof to look stupid? I would assume you don't. So if you've asked your roofer to interface with your insurance company and work out all these details about the cost and stuff like that, and if your roofer is running into these problems, he may need your help. Because like I've said in the other videos, you're the one that has all the leverage. You're the one that's paying the bill to the insurance company. You are their customer. The roofer is not their customer. They don't care about the roofer's wants or needs. They don't care about what the roofer says needs to be done to install your roof, but they do care what you say. So if your roofer needs you to get involved, please get involved. That may be just as simple as sending an email to the adjuster, giving a call to the adjuster, speaking to a manager, or it may actually have to go to a point where you have to invoke your right to request an appraisal. So if you've got any questions about this, please give us a call at our office phone number right up here, 719-433-6991. You can also visit our website. That's right down here, homesteadroofingcolorado.com. We've got a ton of information out there. Be sure to check out the other videos in this series. We'll link to those. If this video has been helpful, please give us a thumbs up. Let us know you like this video. Leave comments in the comments section down below and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon up there so that way you get notified when we've got new videos. And until our next video, I'm Tracy Bookman, owner of Homestead Roofing.